here, 53 Faction War. This is Argent Shelf Redux and Space Marines versus Chaos Game 2. We've got unchanged teams. First up, zeetorq as a Chaos Sorcerer. We also have Nurland rocking a Chaos Lord and the Great Cornholio as a Plague Champion over for the Space Marines, who are red team this time. Ace of Swords continues with the Force Commander Dark Riku with his classic Apothecary, and yipyip joining us as a Black Templars. Looks like Techmarine here. Space Marines, of course, taking the first game with some good dynamic Librarian play in Tier 2. Perhaps not expected by the Chaos players. Often you'll see Space Marines kind of settle down into the long game of getting plasma cannons and stuff on that map, which slows them down a little but is very strong later on. But we didn't see that. So they'll get a bit more in the face of the Chaos guys with Librarians. So we'll see what happens this time. Over on the west side, we've got the Chaos Sorcerer of zeetorq versus the Force Commander of Ace. Going straight after those CSM. If the Heretics move in, he can battle cry them as well, while his main force kites and shoots. There's the Doom Bolts. Was waiting for that. Doesn't quite hit flush. Doom Blast, but look at that battle cry special. Heretics, in fact, just run the hell away. Thousand Suns Elite Scheme recolored again for zeetorq, and it's the Lunar Wolves Elite Scheme recolored again for Ace of Swords, who takes the first engagement quite handily. Those shotguns coming up and pretty much sealing the deal for the west side over there. So it's going to turn, it's going to stay red, I should say, and it's going to push through to the power. Maybe take a look at it, maybe take some pot shots before zeetorq gets back on the field. Meanwhile, in the mid, Chaos Lord and Plague Champion combo, which could be very, very deadly. The sheer aggression of the Chaos Lord would combine with the staying power of the Plague Champion could be a very annoying combo. Heretics are moving in, trying to, in fact, stay clear of the scouts, who dropped two models very quickly there. Good play by Nurland, recognizing the threat of the shotguns and shooting down a couple of scouts. That's not nothing. They're like 22 requisition to reinforce, I think. Almost two Heretics. In fact, is it exactly two Heretics? Are Heretics 11 to reinforce now? They might be. And Chaos have pushed all the way through the middle. 454 to 499, 2-to-1 cap for the Space Marine team very early, but that's going to change because both naturals, I think, are going to turn blue here. zeetorq needs to be able to hold this power, though. We have double scouts, one with a sergeant, one with shotguns. Down goes the Chaos Sorcerer. That's going to be a problem because both of his allied heroes are all the way up the field, and not having his sorcerer around is going to delay kind of retaking ground on this west side. I think he's going for some havoc to try and control this Force Commander a little better. Got a double CSM, but he's having trouble so far. Heretics with Aspiring Champion down to just 3 models. Are actually running away, are they? Nope. Just a misclick. I think they were trying to go for the Force Commander to Doom Blast him. Scouts with Sergeant, and now getting some shotguns. These CSM are in for a nasty surprise, I should say. Once this goes off, there we go. There's a shotgun blast. Now the Force Commander can smack them around and actually gets a model off them. Force Commander hitting level 2. Here are the Havocs. I'm going to set up before they get caught. So there's a Doom Blaster and flee. And there's the Havocs, and Ace sees it and backs away as he should do. Red Space Marine team retaking their natural hit. Everyone backs the hell off. Plague Champion is in there, getting his Plague Sword again. There it is. Needs some healing. Nurgle Worship goes up. And Noise Marines and Havocs for Nurland. So they pushed maybe a little bit too hard there. The Chaos players should have backed off a tad bit sooner, because they might get pushed all the way back and lose their power here. And I don't think they bash power themselves. Maybe they did, actually. I'm not sure. They took a bit out of that node. Cornholio losing his Heretics. That's not a massive deal. I'm not sure if they were upgraded or not. He replaces them as he should do. And we do see 2 Heretic squads for Nurland. So my question of will anyone ever get double Heretics in the first game has been answered. It's Nurland who gets them. Yip with some Devastators. Riku with Assault Marines. And they are smacking around power gens, and they might take all 3 of these down before the Chaos players can defend. Sorcerer is still down over here. They do have 2 generators up though, but it's still red on the VP. Double scouts, perhaps getting infiltrating and stuff. Could be dicey for those Havocs eating grenades. Devastator's covering loads of Marines and the Techmarine's range prowess as well, alongside the Assault Squad ready to jump anything that tries to dig in. We also have the customized Storm Bottle for the Apothecary, so lots of shootiness. Things just exploding over there. There's some Nurgle worship. Gonna launch a barrage from the Heretics. Will knock over the Devastators, but can they follow it up? Maybe with a Chaos Lord sprinting in. Where the hell is he? He's over here for some reason. Oh, I guess he went to revive the Sorcerer over there. Plague Champion is where now? Here he comes. Mucus Discharge and the Plague Sword trying desperately to get in amongst some stuff. There we go. Special attack on the Apothecary. Now it's going to smack him around, doing big chunks of damage. That sword, of course, ignoring melee resistance, as it says right at the end there of that tooltip, which is a massive deal. Nothing else in the game in terms of melee weapons, I'm pretty sure, ignores melee resistance. Melee resistance, if you don't know, is a 40% damage reduction that certain units have to melee damage. Units associated with melee usually, but also stuff like regular tactical marines and that kind of thing. Grenade is dodged, 328, 472, and it's a single cap for the Space Marine team, but looks like Chaos are going to take this western side, maybe. Yeah, Force One's going to go down. Heretics are now in a fight with Heretics. Sorry, Tactical Marines are now in a fight with Heretics. Heretics do often fight among themselves, I'm pretty sure. This guy getting away with Justice, Sparring Champion. Oh, was that a sneaky Chaos Lord who capped the VP? Yes, he did. Well done, you. Now it's a really long retreat back to base. And Chaos need to defend their own VP. Plague Sword taking down a Tactical Marine, giving him a zombie that can shoot at some things. But the squad does get away pretty fine. And then they can try and cap up the mid a little bit. Don't ignore this power either. That +4 power for the entire game can be vital. Riku coming to the west side. Not sure if Cornholio spotted him there. Don't think he did. So this might be a nasty 2-to-1 for zeetorq to deal with. Double infiltrated scouts moving up and nothing here to spot them. Recognizes the 2v1 and should be retreating everything out here. Assault Marines fighting Raptors. Raptors, you need to run away, fellas. Trying to jump out. Should have just retreated. Wants to obviously keep them in play to try and hold up this power bash, but oh, he does have a little bit of support. Some Heretics here, the Chaos Sorcerer and a Chaos Lord coming in. Doombolts flying out, 326 to 420, 2-to-1 for the blue team. Plasma Cannon on the way for Dark Riku, and that is a Whirlwind on the way for yipyip. Dreadnought for Ace of Swords, just as he did in the first game, trying to get that quick Dreadnought up to really put some pressure on and force some anti-vehicle purchases. Which is not always what you want to do. Scouts level 2 here. We have tier 2 now for Nurland. Space Marine is getting tier 2 way quicker than the Chaos players. They've done a lot with few units in tier 1. Chaos started off well pushing through, but they just stayed around a little bit too long and they paid for it with a power bash, and they were kind of stuck around here for a while and took some losses pushing back through, I think. 314, 415. You will see Space Marines pushed back quite often in opening engagements, but if you're not killing stuff, I don't mind too much because they will come back stronger. zeetorq now going to decap that VP. Some grenade barrages going off. Chaos Lord leveling to 2, and this is a good little engagement for the Chaos players. Switching it up a bit, not going straight through the mid, instead going for this little power lane here. There's a Dreadnought though, they don't want to mess with him. Uh-oh, Raptor's going down. That Mucus Discharge, Breath of Nurgle not going off quite quickly enough. Whose Raptors were they? Am I just seeing things? Were those Cornholio's Raptors? Not sure. Maybe I am seeing things. But here's a Dreadnought. This is real. It's going to find double CSM with Eternal War, who in no circumstances want to fight this thing. And now Whirlwind coming into play. You don't want to jump in there, Raptors. Back away. Ace of Swords did say Raptors down, so someone did lose Raptors. And they weren't zeetorqs. They were... maybe they were Nurlands, actually. I think they were blue. What are you wearing, Cornholio? Oh, he's kind of blue as well. I'm not sure then. Does have Elmo on his shoulder pad as well there, which is pretty cool. Oh, Dawn of War 2. And your awesome badges. What's going on west side? Uh-oh, Power Fist is in play. Dreadnought is flaming down some generators. Not looking good for Chaos here. We do have Plague Marines up for 2 players, so if they can get together, take some shots at the Dreadnought, may have to do some work, but there are Assault Marines around to jump them. These guys with their Sergeant gives them Merciless Strike, which is really bad news for these Heretics. Not sure why these Heretics are worshipping here, that's a mistake. And now they're off the field, and that could set up a really nasty push. Doesn't have that Doom Blast to suppress these guys, and no more worship either. Well, here comes the Plague Champion, and he can do some work with this Plague Sword. Smack. One more hit, might get a model, maybe? No, they live. Somehow they live and jump away and get away without a model loss, which often happens with Assault Marines, especially when they're supported by an Apothecary. Can be very, very annoying. Havoc's almost being shot down. In fact, they will be shot down by double tactical Marines with plasma guns. Nicely done by yipyip, pulling some in with a drop pod maybe somewhere. Yeah, there. So more losses for the Chaos players, but they're still in this. 301 to 403. Getting their power capped is not good though. Devastators and a whirlwind behind the shot blocker being really annoying. There's the barrage. Can they get these Marines onto... Oh, these guys are already onto the whirlwind. This is a dead whirlwind, I think. Trying to get on rear armor as well. Yeah, definitely going down. Just one more shot from either of these guys. There we go. Down goes the whirlwind. So there's something for the Chaos players to rally around. Maybe get a push going up this east side, because that's a full retreat, looks like. Can shoot down that drop pod too, but zeetorq continues to have troubles on this west side. Got some Plague Marines of his own. Plague Marines, as usual, seems a pretty strong unit these days. With decent anti-infantry damage, good anti-vehicle damage, and some serious durability on their side. 283 to 403. Bashing power here. Drop pod will act as reinforcement points. They might want to shoot this thing down too. We'll give you some red as well, I believe. Does it give XP? I'm not sure. Are you going to give you revived maybe at some point? No, Chaos Lord's all the way over on this side. I don't think the Plague Champion is going to slog over there either. So he's going to need to repurchase or do without him for now. Tactical Marine is level 3 here for Dark Riku, and the Space Marine players are starting to go into tier 3. Riku calling in some Vanguard veterans with Lightning Claw, 2 Power Swords and a Thunder Hammer, and that Thunder Hammer does have the 15% chance to knock back passively, which is pretty awesome. Nurgle Shrine very aggressively placed by Cornholio, might give his team some staying power here, and Chosen Plague Marines are on the field. They might want to turn around and fight those Vanguard veterans who are right now going toe to toe with Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines. And Vanguard veterans do run away. In a stand-up fight, I believe Khorne Marines will win that. But against Vanguard veterans, maybe not. Especially if they're not leveled. Looks like they did have a little bit of support. Vanguard veterans do get away just fine. No, there's a Noxious Cloud. Landing on those Devastators combined with Nurgle's Rot. Gets him some zombies there. And Chaos really pushing through the mid here. And they need to, because the west side is very red. So they need to either commit one of the players to help this west side a lot. And I mean help take out some stuff. Or they need to stay very solid on the mid. Holy crap, Plasma Cannon shot. Almost insta-gibbing the entire Heretics. But the Aspiring Champion does live. This Dreadnought's been a massive pain in the ass. Almost level 3. Done some work over there, that guy. Nurgle Shrine now being repaired by some Heretics. Multiple Heretics. In fact, the Plague Champion himself can also repair. Which I always thought was a bit weird for a Nurgle Champion, but there you go. He's going to get shot down. The generators, yes, and decapped. Now you should move away, Mr. Plague Champion. Mark target goes down on him. Does he have Breath of Nurgle off cooldown to use? I guess not, but he's running back to the shrine. And this shrine has been awesome for them over here. Really good choice to put that up from Cornholio. They would not have this staying power without it. They've got a Blastmaster doing work, a bunch of Heretics to support and disrupt and suppress Vanguard veterans jump in and jump straight back out again. Holy crap, they took a lot of damage there. They just wanted to disrupt the Blastmaster, I think. So these guys could get the decap, and there is the decap. Guys are kind of setting up. That could be nasty, especially if it shoots at the shrine and takes it down. Chosen Plague Marines are on capping duty for some reason. What are you up to, fellas? Get in there and tie some stuff up. He really wants this power, Cornholio. That's a very strange choice. But they're doing okay with it. They're still pushing back the Space Marine players. Devastators will set up, and they will suppress the Chosen Plague Marines, who need to get back and reinforce. They're not as affected by suppression as other units. In fact, they're just going to charge it down here. Holy crap. They do around 20 DPS power melee with their knives, but then they do heavy melee damage over time, which can stack indefinitely these days, although it doesn't last forever, of course. It's 5 seconds per swing, I believe. If you've got 3 of them swinging, I can add up on a single target. Land Raider Redeemer coming out of base for yipyip, as you just saw. And zeetorq still struggling to hold on to his power for any length of time. Sorcerer is also still down, but here comes the Chaos Lord with Mantle of Hate. Can try and control that Force one, maybe? What's he up to? There he comes. Heretic's not Doom Blasting for whatever reason. What is this? Is this Terminators for Ace of Swords? Must be. Yep, Assault Terminators no less. Hitting the field, looking pretty awesome in the Lunar Wolves elite scheme. Taking down the Sorcerer immediately after being revived. Sometimes it cannot be helped. You retreat immediately and still go down. 227 to 338. Chaos still have the natural, but looks like the might of the Land Raider Redeemer has pushed them off it. Took some damage though while it did so. We do have 5 Plague Marine squads on the field. No, I'm wrong. There's 4. These are Chosen Plague Marines. Still don't have their own portrait, unfortunately. 2-1 though. Now for Space Marines, and it's up to Chaos to push back, and surely they're going to try and double the west side. They have to. Nurland has a sizable army, could come over and do some damage. But again, this power is being retaken, and Space Marines are not resting beside this Land Raider. They are pushing through to at least retake the middle and try and hold some ground, give themselves a buffer for their VP area. Scouts can now, of course, retreat back to the Land Raider, which is a massive help for the red team in the mid. Ace of Swords taking on 2 armies. Not quite. This is still just zeetorq over here. Force Commander, wow, he's level 8. He's gone absolutely ballistic with his Power Fist. Artificer and Teleporter also, so he's got mobility, tankiness and damage. Force Commander can become so powerful if you invest in him. Shrine goes up from Cornholio. Oh, we have a Marco Zinch Dreadnought. That will help take down the Land Raider if you can get close enough. There's the Frenzied Barrage, which will suppress anything it hits. Does very little damage these days, it seems. Blastmaster getting shots off. Plague Marines with marked target on them need to be careful, maybe. They are backing off. Doesn't last too long, marked target. zeetorq coming to the middle. Abandoning the west side. I thought they were going to double the west side. Looks like they are just tripling mid. 171, 333. Get the feeling this might be the last big push for Chaos. They can't get to that Land Raider and either take it out or really make it limp back home. They might be in trouble because Ace is also coming in from the back here. What is that? That's an orbital. That could be nasty. Yeah. Lifts up a whole bunch of stuff. Holy crap. Massive amount of stuff gonna die, or at least be damaged. A nice nuke by whoever dropped that. I believe it was Ace, not sure though. Unless someone else had absolutely tons of red, wasn't paying attention to that. Predator tank now in the field. Just another thing, another dimension for the Chaos players to have to deal with here. 2-1 still for the Space Marine players. Dreadnought taking hits. It's level 3 with Dark Age of Technology though. Up to 1752 hit points. Plague Marines getting obliterated there. Still 2 squads taking shots at the Dreadnought though. And there's the concede from the Chaos players. They just could not deal with what the Space Marines were bringing here. Look at this army. Land Raider, Predator tank. Huge amounts of Marines with plasma guns a scary Techmarine. It was all kicking off there. And again, Space Marines are triumphant, 2-0 in this faction war. We all take a look at the third game, of course. But they haven't lost for a while, Space Marines. Chaos Sorcerer, wow, he's still level 1 at the end of the game. Really had a rough time against that Force Commander, level 4 Chaos Lord with Dominant Visage, Mantle of Hate and the Bloodmaw. We have a level 3 Plague Champion, Plague Sword, Mucus Discharge, level 9 Force Commander, really wrecking some face over on the west side. And level 4 Apothecary, same build as the last game, and a level 4 Techmarine with Plasma Gun and Signum. There we go, guys, 2-0 for the Space Marines. We'll go into the last game, see if they can whitewash the Chaos. But thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.